What's up, guys, and welcome to the port city of Georgetown in Penang, Malaysia. If there's one thing that we've learned in the couple days that we've been here, it's that things here in Old Town are very compact and walkable, but that doesn't mean that there's not a ton to see and do here. In today's video, we're focusing on exploring some of the incredible sights around the old part of Georgetown, while also getting outside of the city for some pretty great views. But first up on the agenda, as usual, a cup of coffee. So let's get it.
Today's coffee comes to you straight from the heart of Georgetown from MUGSHOT Cafe. They specialize in coffee, obviously, but they also are well known for this little cute yogurt in a jar. We got the mango and walnut, but they had various different kinds. They also have Rainforest Bakery right next door, and that's where they get a lot of their baked goods, their bagels, which are very good supposedly. So we figured we'd shout this place out because it's a great spot to sample both local eateries.
So I'll admit, I'm not really a big mango fan, which is really hard down here in this part of the world, but I'm gonna try it.
I like the consistency, I like everything about it except the taste.
This is different yogurt than what I'm used to.
Is it Greek yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt?
We got this with Hannah in mind, so I'm gonna pass the jar to her.
This is very thick Greek yogurt.
It is.
It's good though. It's Greek yogurt. It's plain. It's not vanilla.
No. There's a whole thing of brown sugar right here. Let's just dump that in the whole thing.
That was
Ready?
fun. Yes.
All right, check coffee off the list. It's time to dive into Georgetown, but before we do, it's important to understand the history and the significance of this city first. Georgetown's the capital city of the state of Penang, located in the northwest region of Malaysia. The city was founded in 1786 by Captain Francis Light, a British trader who established a trading post on the island of Penang. The city was named after King George III of Great Britain, and during the 19th century, Georgetown grew to become a major trading hub for the British East India Trading Company. The city's location on the Strait of Malacca made it an ideal location for trade between India, China, and Europe. Georgetown became a melting pot of cultures. Chinese, Indian, and European traders all settled in the city, bringing their own traditions, languages, and religions with them. In Georgetown, there's no better place to see the example of the religious diversity than by walking down Jalan Masjid Kapitan KELING. Down this street, you will find the Kapitan KELING Mosque over this shoulder, and over this shoulder, we have the Sri Mahi Amaran Temple. I apologize if I messed that up, but that is one of the local Hindu temples here in Georgetown on this street, right across from a Muslim mosque, and the religious sites don't stop there on this street. Just a block away from the Hindu temple and the Muslim mosque, you'll also find an 18th century Taoist temple called Goddess of Mercy Temple. And just around the corner from that is an 18th century St. George's Anglican Church, which was the first Anglican church in Southeast Asia. I mentioned earlier that the city was founded in 1786 by Captain Francis Light, and if you stop by the St. George's Anglican Church, then you'll be able to see the memorial out in front of it.
One of the best things about Georgetown is it's incredibly walkable. Everything to see and do here is within like a block or two of each other, which makes it for an easy day of exploring. Down at the end of KELING Street, you'll find the Esplanade. The Esplanade is a long, wide stretch of open space that runs along the coast of the city, providing some pretty stunning views of the sea and surrounding landscape.
Originally built in the late 19th century, the Esplanade is a popular spot for locals to gather and socialize, and it's become a hub of activity for the city. It's also an important site for national events and celebrations, including Eid al-Fitr, which just ended here. Eid al-Fitr is a religious holiday celebrated by the Muslim community that signifies the end of fasting for Ramadan, and one of the ways they celebrate the holiday was by having a fireworks display from here on the promenade.
The promenade is very important to the community, and it also makes for a great walk at any time of the day.
If you come to Georgetown and you're hoping that you're gonna find like a beach, probably not gonna find it here. You don't really wanna get in the water. I've seen a lot of crazy things floating around. Someone lost their couch.
Oh no.
Or a bed, I'm not really sure what it is. But on the north side of the island and on the west side of the island, there's Batu Ferringhi, which is a beach town. It's only about 25-30 minutes away, but you don't really wanna get in the water here. Just a heads up while we keep this thing rolling, we are creeping up on the rainy season. It's currently the end of April, and it's rained basically every day that we've been here. So if it gets really, really rainy today, then we apologize. We'll adapt, we'll overcome.
Oh, bike card only? Okay.
That's perfect.
Beer was tempting. She
Yeah.
said it was cold too. So, but we got water, and we're about to tour Fort Cornwallis.
So if you want some slightly higher views of the sea and the Esplanade, then Fort Cornwallis is gonna be your spot. It was built in the late 18th century by the British East India Company in an effort to originally protect the city from potential attacks from the sea. The fort was named after Charles Cornwallis, who was the Governor General of India at the time, and it was one of the largest and most important British forts in Southeast Asia. Today, Fort Cornwallis is a popular attraction for tourists like us and a significant historical site. You can explore the barracks, the cannons, and the prison cells and learn more about its history through their exhibits, and even get a guided tour if you want.
With your ticket, you get either a free water or a beer. But one thing to note too, if you come around lunchtime and you're hungry and you're looking for some food, there's a ton of little like food trucks in here that smell amazing. We have lunch plans already, but that is an option if you're in here.
Speaking of lunch, do you want to go get some food?
Yes, I do.
Let's do that. All right, something you might not know about Hannah and I is we eat Indian food probably 2 to 3 times a week. We're absolutely in love with it. And when we found out that there was an entire area of Old Town in Georgetown called Little India, we knew we wanted to try some Indian food here. I know this is not Malaysian food. If you're from Malaysia and you're like, what the heck, you're in Malaysia but you're not eating Malaysian food, I promise you that's gonna come later in the video for dinner. But for now, we couldn't pass up on some good Indian food. And supposedly really good Indian food's right around the corner over here. Oh, it smells divine. Just from the smell in here and the ambiance and atmosphere, I don't think we've ever found an Indian restaurant that feels this authentically Indian. And I know we've never been to India or anything like that yet. We haven't been to India, but this feels about as close to what we would imagine India to feel like.
I think another reason why we decided to come here for lunch is because it really just emphasizes how multicultural Penang and Georgetown are. The fact that there's an entire street dedicated to Indian culture and embracing all of that with the restaurants, the shops. It's really just a melting pot of cultures here, and this just goes to show you exactly that.
In addition to Little India, there's also a Chinatown area as well as like a street of English bars. You can find really everything here, as Hannah said, but really excited for this for now.
As our food was coming in, there was a guy standing by the door and everybody was going up and asking for a picture with him. And it's an Indian actor, like a famous person. We start asking, oh, what's his name, to like Google him, and no one knows his name. All right. Oh, this looks so good.
Chow time.
That was so good.
So good.
We will be back before we leave.
All right, so we are going to attempt to walk off that delicious Indian food by going down to the clan jetties and exploring that area. But before we got there, we wanted to let you know how important it is to be careful here and to be vigilant. A lot of the streets and a lot of the walkways have these little canals going beside you. They also have some holes in the ground. You just gotta be really careful, stay vigilant while you're walking. Outside of that, you should be fine.
We survived that walk, we're gonna attempt to explore the jetties without getting run over by a motorbike, because those will ride on like through these tiny little alleyways. You'll see motorbikes just because people live back here. Oh, there's one right now.
Yeah. The clan jetties in Georgetown are a series of traditional Chinese waterfront settlements that have been in existence since the late 19th century. There are a total of 6 jetties, each named after a Chinese clan, namely Chu Jetty, Tan Jetty, Lim Jetty, Li Jetty, Yao Jetty, and Kuwait Jetty. The jetties were built by Chinese immigrants who worked in the shipping and trading industries, and they served as a place for these communities to live and work. Today, they're a significant part of Georgetown's cultural heritage and are considered an important historic site. If you visit the clan jetties, you can explore the narrow wooden walkways that run alongside the water, which are lined with traditional houses and shops selling souvenirs and snacks.
Each one of the jetties is important, but the most popular is this one, Chu Jetty, which is where we're at now. And it's because of all of the shops that they have. They have different ice cream shops and souvenir shops that you can buy little trinkets and stuff like that. And I mean, it's pretty to walk around.
Makes for a great Instagram picture out here, right?
Of course. I mean, can you tell by the crowd over here?
Yeah. Hey. This is a wobbly little thing.
Starting to wobble. I don't know if I like this. Stop that.
It's definitely worth stopping over here and visiting these clan jetties, but one thing that I do recommend is trying to be as careful and as considerate as possible, because a lot of people do still live on these. These are communities, and while this main walkway is definitely suitable for shops and stuff like that, you know, a little bit further back into the jetty is where a lot of the families that live here live. So try and be respectful, explore, but don't explore too much. Now, if you're familiar with Georgetown at all, then odds are you know it for some of its incredible street art. Throughout the colonial area of Georgetown, you'll find a lot of it there. You can get guided tours of them if you want, or you can download a walking map, or just mosey around Old Town like we are. One of the significant roles that street art has played here is the revitalization of the old buildings that have worn down over time. The street art here has become a really huge source of pride for the local community. Many of the murals were created by local artists, and it's become kind of an important part of the city's identity.
Can I get an ice ball?
Sure.
This one, I think is like green apple or watermelon. I don't really know. Really not good with the flavor profiles when it comes to like flavored ice, but it's very refreshing because it's so hot outside. This is perfect. There's ice cream in the middle. We've hopped into Grab and we're heading to KELING Temple. Throughout this video, we've mentioned numerous times how much of a cultural melting pot Georgetown is, but one temple just outside of the city is one that we could not pass up. It's not recording.
Now it is.
Oh.
I just recorded the whole bit and wasn't recording, but welcome to KELING Temple. KELING Temple is the largest Buddhist temple in the entire country of Malaysia, and just like Georgetown, this temple is also kind of a melting pot of different cultures. You've got Thai influence, you've got Chinese influence, as well as Burmese influence, and it's absolutely stunning. I mean, this is something that I thought we would see one day if we made it to China, but to see it here in Malaysia is surprising, but it's unbelievably beautiful. The temple complex also includes several prayer halls, pagodas, gardens, and statues, including a 30-meter tall statue of the Goddess of Mercy. The temple is also home to the Pagoda of 1,000 Buddhas, which has 1,000 Buddhas in the temple, as I was pointing out while I was in that temple. If you saw the shots of the Buddhas, it's 10,000 Buddhas.
This might be one of the silliest things we've done in a long time. We're basically walking on the side of this road until we figure out where we're going.
Hello, just two?
So you get a ticket, you have to queue for 1 hour, is that okay?
Oh, the queue's 1 hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well guys, this was a bit of a fail. There's always a fail in one of our videos, so you know, this is our fail. The queue is a long time, so we wouldn't get up there until after dark, and we have plans for after dark. So we are going to come back tomorrow morning, which we will share that experience with you right now. All right, let's try this again. Alright, looks like we've arrived. This was not a short funicular ride, nor was it slow. We did make a few stops that were unexpected, and it was also incredibly crowded.
Okay, so we made it to the top, and first impressions are that it's huge up here and that you could spend an entire day. So I'm already happy that we didn't come up here yesterday, so we got more time to explore up here. Although the Penang Hill and the Penang Hill funicular is a bit more of a time commitment than we realized initially when we added this to our list of things to do today, it's 821 meters high, and it is one of the top things to do here. So if you do visit Georgetown, or if you're looking for a hike, or just something outdoorsy, or beautiful temples, this basically has everything. I will say, we didn't technically luck out with the weather as far as like views are concerned, but it's nice and cool. The lighting's actually pretty good for the camera right now. You're doing photos, and that's a monkey.
This is one of those places, though, I will say, that you buy the ticket up here, and then there's a bunch of different things that you can do while you're up here. There's like I think it's called the Habitat, where you walk through this skywalk, and there's like a zip line in it. It looks really cool. 60 ringgit each, so we're not going to do it because we already kind of bowled out on these tickets to come up here. But it makes sense why families come up here, spend the day up here, and the queues are so long. It's because it takes a while to get up here, and then you stay a while, and then it takes a while to get back down.
All right, guys, this is a little bit unorthodox from how we usually do things. But one thing that we normally do is take a break and then go to dinner. So we're gonna get cleaned up. Hannah, snap us into dinner. All right, time for dinner. Hannah, are you ready for some Malaysian street food?
I am. It's our first taste of Malaysia, but it looks like everyone's gonna join us.
So at the moment we are at one of the most popular hawker streets here in Penang. I think New Lane Street is what it's called. We'll put the name down below. But this is one of the most popular places to come on a Saturday night. All right, this is the spot. This is the move tonight. Just gotta figure out what I want now. So I'll admit, guys, I don't really know how this works, but I know that these are hawkers, and hawkers are very important to the country of Malaysia. If you're gonna understand the food culture here, then you have to understand what a hawker is. Hawkers in Malaysia refer to street food vendors who sell a variety of local dishes as well as some from abroad. They're an essential part of the Malaysian cuisine and culture because they offer affordable and delicious meals to both locals and tourists. Awesome, thank you. If you're looking for an authentic Malaysian food experience, then hawkers are 100% what you need to go to.
All right.
Charred prawn. Ooh. The season. Ooh. Ooh.
This is good. I have no idea what's in this.
It took a while, but I think it's worth waiting for.
Ooh, that looks good too.
So this is called Hokkien char. These little thin noodles, they taste great, and the consistency is marvelous.
It's very different from that.
Yeah, it is. So when it comes to food, you might not know this about me, but something that my mom would definitely confirm. I'm a notoriously picky eater, but I feel like I've improved that since we've gotten to Asia. I kind of dabbled a little bit into it last year in Europe. Go check out our Europe vlogs, by the way, in case you're wondering what Europe's like. But I feel like I've really dove headfirst into the Asian food here. We've had great experiences with food so far.
I love Malaysian food. I think that's what we had is Malaysian food. I don't know, but it was delicious either way. I'm glad you liked this video, and if you really liked it, then give it a like. We're gonna wrap things up here because that doesn't look too friendly. So we gotta go, but we'll see you in the next one. We're gonna be in Langkawi, and it's gonna be super fun. See you then.